There was a time in my life when I thought my story was over, but today I am proof that pain can be written into purpose. Why am I talking about that? And why am I talking about this? Because there's someone out there, there's somebody who thinks life, you are giving up, you're about to give up, but listen to my story. There are other people, and I hope my story will resonate with you and you pick up yourself and you start to rewrite your story as well. So I share how I reinvented myself after unimaginable loss of parents and challenges in my marriage, challenges in my life, and how I turned back every setback into a stepping stone. So my story goes like this. Soon after finishing school, high school, I lost both my parents after school. And all of a sudden, the six of us were born as six of us in our family, and I've got 5 siblings. I'm the second born in a family of 6, and all of a sudden, I became the parent in that family. Why? My sister had been married, so she was where she was, and then the oldest child left in the child was me. So all of a sudden, I had to start picking up and stepping into this role without any preparation, without any idea that was going to happen. My dad, when he died, it was not an expected death. It was a very unexpected death, so that shook all of us. So I had an auntie. My aunt was very helpful. She took me and she sent me to do nursing. I did nursing for 3 years when I was back home. And then after nursing, I was getting paid as a nurse. So the money I was getting paid, I was using that money to look after myself, to buy the books as well, to study for myself, and also to pay for my sister's school fees and my brother. I had one brother as well, to make sure that they eat, to make sure that they've got somewhere to live. And of course, I had some top up from my dad's pension, which was not much really as compared to the cost of living at the time. So it was just like a little bit, but not much. So I worked very hard, qualified as a nurse. I worked as a nurse, continuing to look after my little ones, my little sisters and brother, and then I relocated to England. This was the turnover of how my life started to change. It wasn't easy. I had to settle in a new country, learning, of course, I could speak English, but learning a new culture, understanding how things are done, and having to secure a new job. It was not easy. I worked very hard. I knew that I had to take myself to a certain level where I can feel I've achieved something. I'm not someone who just gives up so easily. If I was going to talk through how my relatives behaved after my parents died, it's a story for another day. Those challenges, those struggles that we had to go through, I cried every night, not knowing what tomorrow looks like. I'm a Christian, so I also had my Christian values around me to get me to giving me strength. I got married and I thought, at least now I've got someone who can help me. It was good. The first days we lived together. We had our wedding, which was a very enjoyable event, and life happened. So during the course of my marriage, at least by that time as well, my sisters and my brother had also grown up. One of my sisters who also went on to become a nurse. She's a very qualified nurse. My other sister went on to become a teacher. The other one is still trying to find her feet, and my brother is still trying to find their feet in how they can navigate through life. And I also went ahead to have 3 children for myself. Like I said, in the struggles within marriage, the challenges I faced in marriage, it was very difficult. It was a very challenging pathway, but it felt like every chapter was written in pain. That is how my life has been. But through all those struggles, through all those difficulties, I managed to develop myself. I managed to go back to school. I managed to get a master's degree in health operations. I managed to also get a postgraduate degree in infection control. I managed to get an MBA. And like I said, as a mother of 3. So all the mindset shift I had, the pain, the struggles, and having to balance also a family in a foreign country, The pain, what I'm saying to you is that pain doesn't have to be the end of your story. The pain wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of my purpose. Apologies. Choosing to migrate to England was not easy, having to leave my sisters I was a deputy parent. That's how I can call myself. It was a stepping stone for me to say I have to do this because I expected better things ahead of me. Building habits that kept me moving. So I had to build all those habits to make sure that I can continue to move, having discipline around my life, having discipline around my choices, and also rising in my career to director level leadership. That is discipline. I had to use that discipline to say, okay, this is what I want to achieve. How am I going to achieve that? I wasn't anything extraordinary. I was just a woman who decided to believe her story wasn't over. So I went on, I kept on going, I kept on pursuing my purpose, I kept on overcoming the pain and making sure that pain turns into purpose. So why am I sharing my story? I'm sharing my story so that if it resonates on somebody, if it can help 1 or 2 women, and you can feel like you can also lift up yourself, you can regroup your life, you can rewrite your life. If I can reinvent myself through loss, through marriage struggles, through career challenges, I believe you can also do the same. So if this spoke to you, if this has resonated with you, I share my story, I share all the struggles I've gone through, I share also other means I've learned through this journey and how it can help you. Subscribe for more stories, subscribe for more mindset shifts, subscribe to how you can develop discipline to get to where you want to go, and to develop those habits that help women reinvent their lives. Tell me in the comments below as well, what chapter are you writing right now? How do you want to write your chapter? And also, where are you going, and who is going there with you? Check me next time. Continue to rewrite your story.